Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the second week of another podcast that we call Baseball FM. Why do we call it that? This guy over here is Frank. My name is Max. Pleased to meet you. Hope we're all doing well on this absolute fantastic Friday. It's hot as shit in Boston right now. I imagine it's hot as shit up there. Um, we have a team right now, one of mine, the Phillies. Now, I wear this Red Sox hat because this week's podcast, this second episode of the podcast for a week, we do 1 week of just us talking baseball, regular MLB. This is our, I would say, therapy session or rant session or love session in terms of whether our team's doing good or not. One team is looking red hot right now. We have the Phillies up here up 5-2 against the White Sox. Alec Bohm tried to leg out of trouble, got out. But, Luzardo's looking good. We have another team that is red. It has the name red in their name, but, they're not playing so great. Now, usually Frank does the intros. The reason why I'm doing the intros this time is because Frank is so thrilled by the state of his team right now. He hasn't had it better. This is like 2007 easy sweep all over again. It really is quite something. So today on this podcast, we're going to talk a lot about the Red Sox, I would imagine, and of course the Phillies. Because while the Phillies are looking good, I think some of their offensive metrics need a bit more looking at, along with their pitching metrics. Some of the few players that I think are doing all right, and some players who I think could see improvements. Frank, how are we doing on this Friday?
You're saying it's hot in Boston right now, Max. Sure is. Because you're in the seventh circle of hell, buddy. That's where we are right now in Boston. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. The title of this episode, I didn't even consult you with it. You know what it is? It's Sell the Goddamn Team and Fire Breslow. You know why that is, Max? You thought I was going to work my way up into it? No, I've been building this rant for a while now. And Bayo getting demoted to AAA is just the icing on top. Just the little piece of candy that you get. It's like getting a toothbrush in a Halloween bag full of candy apples that are already melting and sticking to the plastic, and fucking raisins, little boxes of raisins that you get like five of them inside of them. Your fucking grandma's giving you butterscotch. I'm this team. This team is like a birthday where the parents get to decide where you go for dinner. This has happened to me, by the way. You, the kid, have no choice in the matter whatsoever. You're just along for the ride. You're hating your entire life. You're hating your entire day. You wish you were never born. Maxwell, let me tell you right now. I wish I was born in Akron, Ohio. Right now, I wish I was a fucking Toledo Mudhead Hens fan. I wish I was a Martian, honestly. I wish I was from anywhere other than Boston and the New England area, because genuinely, when I say this team has scarred me for life, I don't know if I could ever trust a prospect again for the rest of my life. We have $129 million in AAA right now, Max. We have a grand total of six players signed until 2029, two of which are currently residing in AAA. I talk about Craig Breslow like you would a drunk uncle that not only is there to ruin your family holidays, but also is just completely unaware of the fact that he's doing it. This, honestly, I wish the scouting director guy that initially called him a stiff had used a stronger word, because let me tell you what this guy is right now is he is on the spectrum of baseball. That is, we got on this end, we got a World Series winner. We got on this end a guy who is going to be in the lottery. He's probably over here somewhere. You can't even see me on the screen. This guy is the most incompetent person I've ever seen in my entire life. He wants Bayo to fall back in love with baseball. You think that's how you want to play it? Have you ever met Brian Bayo? Have you ever looked him in the eyes one time while he's pitching and said, "This guy clearly does not care"? It's not a lack of caring. It's a lack of any sort of leadership in this team whatsoever. I was listening to the Section 10 podcast earlier, and they mentioned how Alex Cora seemed to have the secret sauce, not only with Bayo, but also with Rafael Devers, right? Guess who is not on this Red Sox team right now? That's right, all three of them. Does Craig Breslow hate Hispanics? Possibly. I'm not saying anything, but there certainly is a pattern here. My 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 hopes entirely rest on fucking Opie, the hick, the son of Ron Swanson, fucking Peyton Tolley. I love him to death. He's the only reason I get up out of bed in the morning, Max. Because other than that, I'd be catatonic right now. Fucking Garrett Crochet has got a fucking. Someone in New York probably has a fucking voodoo doll of Garrett Crochet is just choosing new things to injure on him right now. He's got a lat strain while rehabbing from a fucking shoulder surgery. Go fucking figure that. Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony probably fucking took a shotgun shell to the chest and we don't even know. But apparently his little pinky hurts or whatever. Like, I understand that would be a problem when you're swinging the bat, but when you take as many pitches as that guy does anyway, who gives a fuck? You just gotta look like you're gonna hit the ball. Have you ever seen the John Boys video of Barry Bonds where it's like, what if Barry Bonds didn't have a bat? That's how I feel about half this fucking lineup right now. Wilson Contreras deserves better. Cedon Rafaela deserves better. Willier Abreu deserves better. Peyton Tolley deserves better. I'm not going to say Roldis Chapman deserves better because of his background, but you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, Max, at the end of the day, I think we can both agree on one thing. IKF said it well. There's just too many people in Fenway. Too many people. We gotta be like the Tropicana Field crowd, right? No pressure whatsoever, no crowd, no atmosphere. And then maybe this team would win 90 games. I don't know. Why is IKF answering questions for a team that's 9 games under 500 in June? I have no fucking idea, Max. I'm done. Take the mic.
Well, okay, there's a reason why I'm drinking a Blue Moon right now. I'm not, sponsored by them by any means, but I knew that this was going to happen. What picture was that, by the way? I didn't really see a clear picture, a clear image of the
That
picture.
was a
What was
picture of
it?
the lobster poutine.
Oh, first of all, I have to make a correction. One of the first parts of your rant was you're from Boston. You're not from Boston. You're not from Boston. You're not
Neither
my
are you.
city. I never claimed to be from Boston.
I'm from the Boston area.
Sure. Anyways, folks, that was Frank's rant. I have no idea where that came from. We hope he's doing okay. We're going to send some people. We'll make sure he's going to be in top shape. But anyways, yeah, I guess we're going to go all in on the Red Sox right now. They played decent on the road. I'll give them credit. And I think Wilson Contreras is looking quite good. Peyton Tolley is also looking quite good. He's a bright spark. He seems to be loving everything, which is fantastic. Yeah, I did not see the Red Sox game yesterday. I was too busy watching the Phillies sweep the Padres because we
Unfortunately,
own
I
that.
saw the first inning.
Yeah, I'm sure you had. I'm sure you had some thoughts and were happy. Yeah, Brian Bayo is clearly. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him. Last summer, he was actually pretty decent for him. I think he threw like a complete game shutout almost against the Rockies last summer. And ever since the September months and the fall months, he's been among, if not the, when he's starting, he is the worst qualified starter in baseball. He has a 10.35 ERA when he's starting. Um, you know, it's so funny to me that you ran about the Red Sox. And it's like no one has it worse than you. Bullshit. I'm sorry. You won 4 World Series rings, and this is the first time that you're having a shit season. How did you think I felt from 2013 to 21? 7, 8 straight years of sub 500 baseball, last place. And I didn't even rant that much. I saw it fucking coming. All right. You're the one that
Now,
fucking picked him
Max,
to win
Max,
the
Max, Max,
East.
Max, Max,
You picked him to win the
Max.
East.
It's been 8 years since we've had a team that I would describe as a World Series contender. I don't want to hear no one has it worse than me because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we have a top 5 market in the sport, irrefutably, between the two New Yorks, the two Chicago's, us, and the Dodgers, right? White Sox are probably below us, and the Mets are probably below us. But that's about it, right? To go 8 seasons without a competent product on the field, and I would describe a competent product in Boston as one that is a World Series favorite, right? Or at least a World Series contender on any given season, right? To go 8 years without that is unfucking acceptable. These guys wanted to be the Rays and the Brewers so bad that they forgot who the fuck they are, right? They're not a team that comes from a general area of like 500,000 people, right? We're not talking about a team from Florida, Tampa Bay, where nobody gives a fuck about anything but alligators eating their pets. We're talking about a team that represents an entire goddamn region of millions and millions of people who are top five, if not top three, in revenue generated season after season after season after season that play at the so called cathedral of baseball, right? They play in hollowed grounds that has been decorated by some of the most famous players in the history of the game, and I have to fucking watch. Oh my god, I have to watch Isaiah Kiner take fucking meaningful at bats for a team that was supposed to be a 90 plus win team according to the algorithm, the Craig Breslow algorithm, which I think is just Chat GPT if I'm not mistaken, but it's pathetic, Max. It really is.
Well, I don't know why you're um, um, going after Rays and Marlins fans for some reason. I really don't understand that. But that's a choice. Uh, Credit to them. They got some great fan bases. Um, they have their own issues, but credit to them. They're fun to watch. Yeah, I don't know what the hell IKF meant by that quote. I sent you the quote that Breslow said. I think. It's strange because he kind of, when you hired him, he seemed almost like a Theo Epstein clone in a sense because they were both Ivy Leaguers. I think Craig Breslow knows baseball, but I think
I think he
articulating
knows a lot about
baseball.
model trains and World of Warcraft too, if you catch my drift.
Whoa! All right, we're 20 minutes in, and wow, holy crap! I don't know what the heck's gonna happen next, but the I think he knows baseball, but I think he's too. I don't even know what's going on with Brazil. I got no answers for you. Some of the things that he makes no sense. I think it's pretty obvious that
He's well
uh,
beyond his depth. That's what the answer is.
yeah, I think he's a bit too in over his head, and I think this is a side of Bale we've seen before. We both saw, and I'm sure people who are watching this have saw who are Red Sox fans, and just baseball fans in general have seen the clubhouse a year with the Red Sox on Netflix, and we've seen Bale being upset in the dugout. Obviously he cares. I'm not doubting that. It's the fact that not only is he when he's doing the opener, he's somehow Nolan Ryan, but when he's doing this, he's worse than anything we've seen in pitching.
When he's a
I don't know
starter,
what.
when he's a starter and he has the expectations of a starter, right?
He can't do it. He just
And
can't do
no,
it.
but it's not even just that, right? He throws a pitch, right? The first pitch of the game to Taylor Ward last night. Hits it off the center field wall. Do you know what he doesn't do after that for the rest of the fucking game? Is throw the same pitch to the same spot. If you're a starting pitcher, you can't live life just eliminating spots because you get a bad result. That's just not. Have you ever seen Nolan Ryan shy away from his fastball because he gave up a hit on it? I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Chris Sale shy away from his slider when he hits a righty on the back foot with one? I've never seen it. Have you ever seen Peyton Tolley? Have you ever seen Peyton Tolley shy away from using his goddamn fastball, his best weapon? I've never seen it, and he's been in this league a hell of a lot fewer games than Bayo. Bayo just he he gives up on himself so quickly every single time the slightest thing goes wrong. It's genuinely the most frustrating thing to watch. This is a guy who thinks he expects himself to be striking out 10 plus guys a night he's genuinely the least equipped pitcher I've ever seen in terms of being a ground ball pitcher, right? Because he's someone that's trying to avoid contact at all costs. And I just don't know how to reconcile those two things in my head right now. Honestly, I don't. Um, do I think we're going to see him in a Red Sox uniform again? That's a difficult question, honestly. I fully expect him to go somewhere and become a Cy Young winner. Actually, you know what? I don't. I don't. I really don't think he will. I think he'll be a solid pitcher, just probably elsewhere. You could probably say that about half this roster, honestly. But because
Well,
Breslow has no feel for the emotions of baseball, so half these guys hate playing in Boston, where there's a magnifying glass on them at all times.
I mean, well, I think with the whole Bayo thing in general, just the way that he handles himself on the mound, he clearly is not, dare I say, has the maturity, quite frankly. I don't know if you saw that clip in the first inning when he gave up one run. He had runners on first and second. Carlos Narvaez tries to go to the mound to
Hmm.
calm him down, and Bayo just shoos him away. He's just full. He's just a prima donna. He's just full of it.
But
And,
Max, here's the
and well,
thing.
hold
This
on, hold on. I want to make this
Go
quick
ahead.
point
Go ahead.
first. Wow, don't talk back to me like that, boy. No, I'm kidding.
Good. Oh, okay.
No, no, I'm just fucking
Do your
around.
thing.
We're just having fun. We're just having fun. Yeah, I think with just this whole approach, really, and especially that last that interview we had at the end of the game. I don't think you can ever make a player look as bad as he did in that interview. Supposedly, the translator, made it sound nicer because Bayo clearly does not want to be there. He's clearly ready to punch like a fucking wall or whatever. And Bayo's like, "Don't fucking talk to me about this open stuff. I'm a starter, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna figure it out here." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you to say that? You're not fucking. You're not Pedro Martinez. You're not Garrett Crochet. You're not Tarek Scribble. You're not Paul Skeens. What the fuck are you talking about? You're a fifth starter at best. What the fuck are you talking about?
This
Oh, I
this
got that money now. What the fuck? You're being a fucking fifth starter.
this
The
this
fuck
is
is
the thing,
this?
right? This is the thing. Our starting rotation was supposed to be like the one thing that we had no doubts about, and
Yeah,
it wouldn't be, honestly. It'd be great. It'd be all sunshine and daffodils if one of our five starters wasn't legitimately the worst pitcher in the entire league. Like every
yeah.
fifth day, it's a scheduled loss. It really is. Whether it's between Bayo or if it's the opener giving up 4 runs in the first inning, it just doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. I'd rather see Bennett or someone else get called up and take his spot and just see what happens. Honestly, I'd rather us fucking sign what's his name. I don't know,
I have
James
one
Shields
question.
at this
Yeah.
point.
I have one question for you, and this is something I've thought of it. Why is it every year, almost every year, um, the Red Sox are like keeping up with the Red Sox, the Real Housewives of Boston? What the fuck is this? Why is there so much drama on this team every year? It's crazy.
I don't
I can't
understand.
think of any team that's
I
like this
I
right now.
genuinely don't understand how it gets to the point where we are currently beating the Yankees, and I could not care less.
Yeah, well, Everton's not on. Liverpool's not kicking your ass,
They're
so
in their
that's
off
why.
season now, so it's inconsequential. But
At least John Henry cares about
I,
my team.
you want to talk about your team for a bit here, Max? Because honestly, I'm tired of talking about these bums. They're not worth my time.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to discuss here because
You guys have been amazing, genuinely. Like, I I'll let you talk about your team, but like I just wanted to say, good for you guys. Like the vibes
yeah.
could not be higher.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, the vibes are high. Ever since Don Mattingly has been the manager for the Phillies for about a month or so now, about a month and a half. It's been some time now. Ever since that firing of Rob Thompson, the Phillies have legitimately been record-wise the best team in all of baseball. We haven't even lost, 10 games up to that point. We've just been winning. We've lost a couple series, but most of those series we won. We just swept the Padres. We're starting the series right now against the White Sox. Lizardo's pitching decent so far. 4 and 2/3 so far, 60 pitches, 3 earned runs. Not horrible to start off. I'll take that any day of the week. Um, I think this Phillies team, I mean, we just own the Padres in general since the whole, I don't know if you know the song, What Happened. There's like a That's What's In song of like
I
these,
don't know if
like,
I know about this.
okay, well, there's these like old boomer white men, fucking Padres fans who are outside of the fucking Rocky statue in Philly, and they're gonna do Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose. That's what's in. It's so fucking cringy. And ever since that happened, we've almost won every single. We are 23-7 against the San Diego Padres since the NLCS. Me and a good friend of mine went to Philly a couple of years ago now, 3 years ago now, and we saw a doubleheader against the Padres back when Juan Soto was on the team. And actually, Xander's first year on the Padres, and they beat the shit out of them. Like we just own the Padres. We are 6-0 against them this season right now. I will say this: while there's some bright spots on this team, particularly the bullpen. Honestly, this bullpen's looking pretty decent. They have the 13th ranked bullpen by ERA. They have a 3.88 bullpen right now. They have a one as a team. They have a 1.282 WHIP with 19 saves total, if I could read my handwriting. And they have a 79.2% save percentage. They only have 5 blown saves this year. Johan Duran, particularly, a 1.37 ERA. Shugart has a 2.33 ERA. Kokering actually has a 2.42 ERA. He's pitching quite well this year. And Brad Keller with a 3.71. Tim Meza with a 3.91 ERA. Now, Bowden, Alvarado, and Tanner Banks have ERAs of over 4, particularly with Tanner Banks,
Oh yeah, remember that guy?
6.75
Remember
ERA.
remember Tanner Houck?
Yeah, I know it's the Red Sox hat. But Bolin, for example, Jonathan Bolin has been quite good because in 17.1
Traded him for
innings,
Matt Strom.
yeah,
For
in those innings, in 17.1 innings, he only is batters are only hitting 156 off of him. So the bullpen's actually looking pretty decent. I know you had your hand raised up, Frank. What do you got to say?
I was just gonna ask as a hypothetical, Max. Let's just say the playoffs started tomorrow, and I usually hate these hypotheticals, but I think this is a good
Yeah.
exercise to see where your head's at. Outside of Duran, because he's gonna get the or Duran, I think it is,
hmm
because he's gonna get the ninth every time, right?
hmm
Who are the two guys that you trust the most with the seventh and eighth in a do or die game right now?
I think Brad Keller because he's kind of been a setup man, seventh inning guy, the setup to the setup man. So I trust him. Um, Bolin's more like sixth, seventh inning. Um, The default would be Alvarado, but then again, I don't trust Alvarado ever since he gave up that massive fucking 500-foot deep center bomb to Jordan Alvarez in the World Series. So I don't think I trust that. I don't trust fucking Tanner Banks. I guess I try to put like Tim Mazer or Bolin in there just to, say, hey, fuck it. You've been looking good in like the sixth and eighth inning. Let's see what happens in the ninth. That's who my picks would be. Uh, I've actually been doing a couple of that when Duran was on the IL a little bit to start off the year. They did quite well in that position. But just to go down the list too, obviously, pitching wise, I talk about Phillies pitching all the time. We know that those top three starters, like, obviously best 1-2 punch of baseball, Christopher Sanchez and Wheeler. But this Phillies offense, I love Bryce Harper. I love Brandon Marsh. I love Kyle Schwarber. This Phillies offense, by the numbers, is fucking atrocious. As of a couple days ago now, June 3rd, I got this source from The Good Fight. They're a Phillies blog. They're really great. Definitely read their stuff. Highly recommend if you're a big Phillies fan. As of June 3rd, the team's batting average is 224. That's the second worst in Major League Baseball. Um, and this is the worst through any team, through any of the Phillies teams in, so far as of June 3rd, 59 games in franchise history. It hasn't been this bad as a unit offensively in terms of batting average since
By the way, this is
1951.
with Brandon Marsh hitting like 330 right now.
Exactly. Everyone else has a shit batting average. Their on base percentage is the fifth worst. On that 4-2 road trip that we had last week, which, by the way, how smug of you on Monday to say, oh, your team's 2-2. We were actually 3-2. I knew that was going to change. You're so full of it. I'm sorry. I'm being too
Listen,
mean.
Max, I gotta grab
I'm
onto
kicking
your
your dog when
bandwagon.
he's down. Yeah, you're going through the motions. I'm here for you. Don't worry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to come off as sarcastic.
No,
I
it's
can't. I
I'm
can't
just
help myself.
I'm just living my life, you know.
I am such an asshole. Anyways, but last week, especially like with that road trip, well, we were up 4-2. We ultimately won the road trip there. I mean, obviously we had the sweep in San Diego. We lost the series 2-1 against the Dodgers. Overall, that course and Adolis is getting a little hot. I was actually going to mention Adolis and his offensive struggles, but right now he's actually looking quite hot. He just hit a two. He just hit a solo shot like he did yesterday.
I,
um,
can,
but anyways,
I don't want to bring it back to the Red Sox, but I will just for like 2 seconds. I promise, just one
hmm
thing.
yeah,
I feel like every single time we're recording, you look over and you're like, oh, this, Real Muto just hit a homer, and Garcia just hit a homer, Harper just hit
yeah,
a homer, whatever.
you
You
got
know
a
what I
sick
haven't really
bat
seen
flip. Holy
any of
shit!
all year, Max? Home runs.
Yeah,
I and I miss that. I really do. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
yeah. But no, on that road trip we had last week, our slash line, we had a fucking 169 batting average on the team. We had a 229 on base percentage and a 339 slugging. This roster has the third fewest Fangraphs WAR this season. Everybody else is like in top 20 positions. They don't generate that much F WAR, except for DH. Obviously, Schwarber is at number 7, but that's not an on field position, obviously.
Right.
And 19th were catcher, so shout out for JT. Specifically, these slash lines I want to mention, and this breaks my heart. Bryson Stott, 217, a 264 on base.
See,
Slugging is
okay,
only
this is what I don't
380.
understand. How do you like Stott but hate Bohm?
I'll get to that in a little bit. I'll go on my little Phillies rant. Bohm is hitting 210. Justin Crawford, I'm going to give like the rookie some credit because I actually do like him. All right. I think he's still decent. And I think maybe I'm biased, but I do think he's a great fielder. He's great on all around the team. I love fucking Justin Crawford, but he's hitting 234. Uh, Trey Turner's offense is not looking good whatsoever. He's hitting 223,
Oh, speaking of
270.
which, Andrew Monasterio solo homer.
All right. 273 on base percentage and a 349 slugging. Yeah, this is all to say, like, the offense has some problems. I mean, you talk about how much you hate fucking Peter. What was his name? The former hitting coach of the Red Sox. I
Oh,
forget his name
Fatsy,
now. Yeah, Fats. What was his name?
Fatsy.
Foxy, okay, yeah. I fucking hate Kevin Long on the Phillies. Kevin Long has been awful, to be perfectly honest. Phillies fans have been wanting him to go since 24. I would say 23, ever since they had that horrible
He's a one
collapse.
approach guy, and it's very weird.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. He's a one fucking approach guy, and this whole team's fucking cold. He goes to this team and says, "Hey, you got to do this." One guy goes cold. Oh, I don't have an answer for you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I think Dave should have shipped him out long ago. He should have gone with Thompson. All due respect to Topper. I hear he's doing, great in Kansas right now. He's going on to Kansas University helping to coach the kids. And it brought a tear to my eye because I miss Topper. But I guess this team had to make a sacrifice akin to the Aztecs to, have food for the winter. That's a bit too far. I'm sorry. It's the Blue Moon talking.
It's
Um,
true though.
Now, Adolis Garcia, I'm sure the numbers have changed now, but as of a few days ago, he just hit a no doubter yesterday against the Padres in the day game, and he just hit a no doubter literally as I was talking to you. But since that time, since I took these notes on June 3rd, he's hitting 125, not good. 276, not good. 302. What the fuck are you doing in terms of slugging percentage? He has an OPS of 578. Not too great. If you go to a Savant though, when he squares up on the ball, it's quite good. It's in the red, which is really good. And his whiff rate though is also poor. But when he gets a hit, his exit velocity is then the 91st percentile on Savant. He's a great fielder though, fantastic fielder. Um, Kind of similar to a little bit what Castellanos was like, but Castellanos wasn't. But Adolis Garcia is not, a whining little bitch like Nick Castellanos. All right, he doesn't have a team anymore. Love the guy, I really do, but it ain't 21, buddy. You ain't that guy. Trust me, you ain't that guy. Anyways, those are the few Philly stats I wanted to look at. The fielding is still good for Garcia. The fielding is still good for Trey Turner. This is overall a really good fielding team, a really good defensive team. They saved a lot of defensive runs. So I give them credit for that. But their offense really has to pick it the fuck up. Because if this is the same offense that's going to happen in June, you're not going to be this lucky when it comes to the dog days, especially in October. And this is what I've always been saying. When the bats get cold at the worst possible time, that's when this team collapses. It looks great on the surface. It looks fantastic. We got some bright spots. But this offense needs to step it up right now. Because if they don't, it's going to be a heap of trouble. That's my. Anyways, I'll tell you why I despise Alec Boehm more than Bryson Stott. It's not the comment that he made in 22. And he's like, I fucking hate this place. I kind of think he does. We rag on him too much. It's because literally first week of the year and in the postseason, he literally said to Philly media, "It's tough to play, and I cannot play under these bright lights." The fuck are you talking about? This is we were a dedicated fan base like you guys. We're fucking crazier. When the Eagles lose on Sunday, we fucking burn the city down. Do you burn
It's
Foxborough
gonna be
or
happening
Boston down when the Pats lose?
quite a lot next year, I'd say.
You just had to fucking say it, didn't you, you fucking prick, all right? You have fun with the AJ Brown drama, all right? You have fun with him, all right?
There's no
You have
drama.
fun with
Possibly
CTE AJ
he could
Brown, all
not
right?
possibly be any happier to be where he is now.
I just hope he doesn't choke out his chef like that other guy.
And he's not on our team anymore. It's not our problem.
Well, there's some drama coming out. There's some drip, drip, drip from his time at Philly. I still love AJ Brown. He got me a Super Bowl, so I mean, hey, there is that. Um, all I'll say to that is I don't fault Jalen Brown's. I don't fault my Lord and Savior Jalen Hurts one bit in that relationship, none whatsoever. Anyways, I'm sorry. I went a bit off rails. I took a U. I went a bit off rails, but that's what this podcast is for. On the Thursday, we like to go off rails. We like to go a little
Yeah.
as Eli, as my good friend Eli's wedding mantra was, "Let's go nuts." That's what we do here.
Let's get nuts.
Let's get nuts. Oh God, I've already forgot already. It's been too
Yeah.
long. Anyways, those are my Phillies. Those are my Phillies talking points.
No.
Still some good, but some
Yeah.
problems.
It is a little bit of a concern there. I would say though, like your rotation, I think you're gonna be good. Um, bullpen is solid. You have one of the best closers in the game right now.
Oh, fuck, we just gave up a home run.
To whom?
Uh, Grichuk.
Oh, I should have started him in my fantasy league. I
Uh,
started Josh
okay,
Hader
all
instead.
right. This is Lazardo again, giving up 4 fucking earned runs. I will say this for Lazardo, his baseball savant page, looking great. Keep the ball fucking down. Don't throw it down the middle, please,
He's pulling a
Jesus.
mini
For the love of
Mayo.
God.
He's losing it. His brain is fried. Trade him to the
I
Red Sox.
Nice try.
Um.
This is
Anyways,
what happens when I
next.
sign Kyle Schwarber that one off season, and now you
Um.
guys have all our fucking great players. Fuck you.
Listen, I figured that we might do something fun tonight, just because I think you have some concerns. I'm depressed. I wanna harken back to better times. Let's do a fantasy draft.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, a Phillies Red Sox fantasy draft. We can both draft Phillies or Red Sox players, and the only caveat being these are guys that we had to have we have to more or less have a memory of these guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's easy for me.
Like no picking Ted Williams, no picking Mike Schmidt. You know, take some
I
guys
can't
off the
pick. I
table.
can't pick. I can't pick. What's his name? I forget. I can't pick Lenny Dykstra. Really?
I'd pick him any day.
I can't pick
He'd hit
Larry
me. He'd
Boa.
hit me at 350 every year.
I can't pick Larry Boa.
Why not?
Yeah.
Do you remember Larry Bowa as a player?
I do on MLB Network on MLB Tonight,
Yeah,
circa 2011. I do.
yeah. So yeah, Max. I don't know what you think of that idea, but we're doing
Let's
it
try it.
live.
Let's have some fun.
We're doing it live.
Yeah, fuck it.
So I figured we would do full rotation plus a closer and then starting lineup. If that sounds good to you, does that work for you?
Sounds all right to me.
All right. Let's start off then, Max. Do you want? I'll let since you're the team from a lesser sports city. I'll let you go first. Um, yeah. So who's your first pick for your starting rotation?
Right here.
Big Boston.
Right here.
Uh huh.
It's obvious. My favorite player of all time,
Big Roy
Roy
Halladay.
Halladay. I'm going him. I'm going him.
Okay, that's a very solid pick. I suppose I will see your Roy Halladay, and I will answer you with a Zach Wheeler.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just has the longest track record and bunch of Cy Young finishes. Never won the thing, but very good pitcher. Very jealous of his prime being in Philly. So, yeah, I love Zach Wheeler
And
a
you're
lot.
jealous that he's on my fantasy team now.
If Max Fried was healthy, I wouldn't be as jealous. But
I
hey,
wonder how that
Julio
happened.
got me a great month. To be fair, so
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. One of these days I'll beat you when you least expect it. Anyways, my other pick, Pedro.
okay. Do you remember Pedro pitching? It's in our
I
lifetime, I guess, is what I said. So
Yeah, I remember
Pedro's
watching a
fine.
little bit of the World Series with my dad in '04 when I was a kindergartner.
Hmm.
There were bits and flashes of it, but I know Pedro was on that team.
Okay.
Granted, I did see Pedro on the Phillies, but I'm not going to draft, with all due respect, 2009
No,
Phillies
I would say
Pedro.
no. But
I'm
99,
picking '04
2000,
Pedro.
'04, yeah,
99's a stretch because I wasn't even cognizant in '99.
that's true. Okay, we'll just say then. We'll just say '04 Pedro then.
'04 Pedro.
Which is why I took Wheeler over Pedro before anybody says anything. Because
Yeah,
all things, if we're just taking based off of careers, Pedro would be my first pick, obviously.
I know, I know.
I'm going to go with one of my favorite pitchers of all time. A guy that I don't think I fully appreciated until after the fact, but we're going to take John Lester as my number two.
Mm,
Love
solid
John
pick.
Lester. He was always very solid to very good. Get you some Cy Young votes. Excellent in the postseason as well. Got a couple of rings with us. So yeah, I like my boy Lester a lot, and he also got a ring in Chicago. So good for him.
I'm not gonna lie, a lot of my picks are gonna be just players that are my absolute favorite players of all time. Obviously with you, but for me especially, it meant a lot to me. My other pick is Cole Hamels.
I saw that.
One of my
Yeah.
literally my fit one of my before Roy Halladay, I loved him the most. When I first played in Little League, my first time ever playing baseball competitively, you know, minus T-ball, obviously, but competitively was fifth grade. Played for the good old Irwin Zone A's back of the Nick. Shout out Jocker Field. Shout out Kendall Field. Um, every practice we would have, every time I would be outside of my house, just throwing so many pitches in front of like that big cement wall, drawing a strike zone. My little glove, my little Wilson, shitty cheap glove. There would be a pocket in there, like where you would catch the ball, and outside that pocket, I would just put in my like 2010 Cole Hamels card. I still have that card. It's ruined to shit because I that thing's been through hell. Um, but it's Cole Hamels, 100%.
Hmm. Okay. Very solid. Um, I'll give you one of my favorites. One of my best Red Sox memories. '07, dialed up to the max. Playoff Josh, Mr. Beckett himself.
Yeah.
Um, obviously he helped the Marlins win a World Series in 2003, and no less integral to the World Series win in '07. 20 game winner, and just a nice double play by Monasterio there.
Mm.
Just an excellent season, and honestly, my pick is more or less from that season alone. Although he did have a very good Red Sox tenure. Um, more brief than I remember it being, honestly. That '07 season was excellent. So Beckett will
Yeah.
be my number three starter.
Number four. It's tough. I'm trying to go into the memory hole of good Red Sox pitchers. I go Chris Sale. Fuck it, I'm going Chris Sale, number four. Especially 2018-21 ALCS Chris Sale. Fine with that pick. Um,
Good pick.
I'm going Chris Sale right there in the number four spot.
Think about this for a second. You grabbed Halliday, you grabbed Hamels. I think you're forgetting about one very important Phillies pitcher in all of this. That's Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee, very unsung hero. He's the third place in terms of scoreless innings in Phillies history now, I believe. Um, yeah, I mean, he is, I would say, one of the more underrated pitchers of his era. Pitch amazingly for the Indians, pitch amazingly for the Phillies and the Rangers as well. So I don't think you can really ask much more from a pitcher than you can from Cliff Lee, and
Yeah, he was
a
in
very, very
Philly,
good
then
number four
traded to the
starter.
Rangers, and then traded back to Philly.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big Cliff Lee guy. I like him a lot.
Number five, I go Philly again. Still in that same period. I'm gonna go Roy Oswalt. I thought he was pretty solid for us, especially with the Astros. Roy Oswalt, very good. And I think Roy Oswalt pretty decent as well. We don't count Colorado. Roy Oswalt, but for me, prime Philly. Roy Oswalt, 2011, number three in the rotation. Number three or number four in the rotation. I'll take him right there.
All right. It's really only been one season worth of production for him so far, but the only guys that I've seen more dominant for the Red Sox in my lifetime, Beckett, Lester, and um, yeah, I think that's the end of the list. Beckett and Lester
Yeah.
are the only ones. I'm gonna take Garrett Crochet. Now,
All right.
this is more of a projection than anything else, but oh, Chris Sale 2018, of course, as well. Um, but yeah, I think Crochet is a true ace. I think he could be a top three pitcher in the league when he's healthy. And again, 1 year, but it's arguably the best Red Sox pitching season I've ever seen in my entire life. So
Yeah.
I'd be a fool not to look at that and say, you know what, this guy is already a pretty Red Sox stud.
Except for that one start when he gave up 9 earned runs to the Twins. You're welcome.
But here's what you're failing to mention here, Max. This season is a complete write off, so I don't really care what happens this year.
It's a tax write off. What are you gonna do? Um,
Who's your closer, Max?
I thought you'd never ask. Brad Lidge, of
That
course,
is not
08,
happening.
won the World Series with that blown away changeup to the left-handed Rays hitter. Holy cow, the legendary Harry Callis. He's calling the last play on the radio. Nothing better. Brad Lidge, right there.
I got some choices here. Um, I think a big part of this draft is sentimentality. So I could pick Papelbon. I could pick Chapman. He's probably been the most dominant Red Sox closer. But the only guy that I would say holds a candle to Chappie and also won us a World Series in the year that nobody expected us to win a World Series. And he's Japanese to boot. As you can see, I'm quite fond of Japanese baseball by the Hanshin Tigers jersey hanging here and the Shunpeta Morishita Hiroshima Carp towel there. Koji Uehara is my guy. He is he's not going to give you overpowering stuff, but let me tell you, Max, I I adore him as a closer. 2013 will live long in my memory as the most fun Red Sox year outside of 2018. and Koji was a big part of that. So yeah, I think it's a solid pick. All right, start with the lineup now, Max. What do we got? Catcher.
Jason Veritek will be the catcher for my team.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy,
He'll be
Max.
he'll be my captain. Oh, captain, my captain.
Okay.
I love Ruiz, but I think the number state the Veritek was better. I love them to death though.
Mm.
So I'm going Veritek.
It's a very good pick, very solid pick.
You gonna pick
And
Doug Ellie?
you probably think I'm going with the old Carlito now, um,
Yeah.
and you'd be correct on that because Carlos Ruiz, he's a very solid presence behind the plate, a very good pitch caller, decent defender, and he can give you a few home runs here and there. So I think you could do a lot worse than Carlos Ruiz. Although GT Romuto is definitely an option,
Yeah.
but I'll take the Phillies catcher that won a World
Well, he
Series.
just hit a fucking double play, so there's that.
Yeah. Well, he's 800 years old,
Perfect
so what do you
timing.
expect? Yeah.
First base. I mean, come on. We already know.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Howard. Um,
Uh-huh.
great temp for the office. Ryan Howard coming in clutch for Dunder Mifflin again and again. Um, my one of my most traumatic experiences in childhood was 2011,
Hmm.
Game 5, NLDS. I see Ryan Howard not running, and he's on the ground. I'm like fucking Simba to Mufasa in that movie.
Wilson Contreras, 2-run dinger, five
I
two now.
was,
Wilson Contreras, by the way,
yeah.
he's my first baseman. He's who I'm picking. I don't give a fuck. Euclid, I'm sorry, man.
He's on base.
Cassis, I'm sorry. Bryce Harper, you're tempting. Let me tell you. Um, you know, there's quite a few guys I could have gone for here. Mitch Moreland. I'll be honest. There just haven't been many good Red Sox first basemen in my lifetime, which is saying something, right? Wilson Contreras has won me over. He's my guy. I love that guy. He's doing anything he can to get the boys going this year. Nothing's working, but he just goes up there and he rakes, and I love the dude. And he also won a World Series with John Lester, so he's an honorary Red Sox all along. So, shout out Wilson Contreras. You're my first baseman.
Second base, Utley.
Okay, thank God.
Utley. Um, Utley is to me what this other person is to you. Not because of the position, but because I fucking love him. I love this kid. I love this guy as a kid. My dad, when we went to the Phillies game, my first ever Phillies game in 2011, it was against the A's, actually, his favorite team.
Mm.
And he bought this Utley blue shirt. And he wore it once, and he's like, "Here, Max, you keep it." And I've kept it for so many years. I don't know where the fuck it is now. I probably got thrown out, unfortunately, but I kept that thing for so many years. Also, Utley had a great swing. Um, the way that I look at Utley's swing, and I'm sure you've seen highlights and clips of it before, he doesn't ever roll his wrists. It's a very solid motion. It's a very fluid motion.
Oh,
There's not a lot of wrist action. It's legit like a golf swing almost, and it's fantastic.
you know who does that?
Also, brownie points. He's one of the last player. He's one of the last active Phillies players to have ever played at the vet.
Hmm. He, I do like Utley a lot, and he will probably be a Hall of Famer in the next few years. I would think.
I'll go
Um,
to a ceremony if he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to that induction ceremony.
I mean, that's my standing order for my guy. Yes, Dustin Pedroia. I mean,
Yeah,
you give me a team of Dustin Pedroias, you're gonna win 170 games in a year. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how, but they're gonna find a way to win an extra 8 games. Talk about the platonic Max.
Whatever happened to him?
Talk about the platonic ideal of a baseball player. This guy would get dirty every game. I wanted to slide headfirst so badly when I was playing little league just because of Pedroia. I wanted
That's
my
not gonna-
I wanted my jersey to be covered in dirt, just like Pedroia. I never really emulated my game because I was always a bigger dude, and obviously he was smaller and scrappier. But I remember I had a friend who was a smaller dude and played like that, and that was always fun for me. And I really resonate with Pedroia in a lot of ways because he's exactly how I want a big leaguer to play, to conduct himself, right? This is a guy who he has fun, but he takes himself and his craft very seriously at all times. You know, whether that's base running, hitting, fielding, he maximized everything that he had. And if it wasn't for the injuries, he would have been a lock for the Hall of Fame. I still think he should get in. Um,
Hmm.
especially given after Utley, like who's the next second baseman? Altuve probably, but like other than Altuve, can you really think of anybody that's Hall of Fame worthy after Utley gets inducted?
Yeah. No, no comes to mind.
It's a really shallow position, and Pedroia is
Yeah,
MVP, a Rookie of the Year, great career numbers, in spite of everything. I don't see why he can't be in the Hall of Fame personally, but that's just me.
very true. Very true.
Shortstop Max. I wonder who this could possibly be.
Oh, oh. I'm gonna do this a lot.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rollins, of course, former MVP, former cover athlete of the show. Love this guy. He and Ron Howard have a great podcast, by the way. The 611 podcast. Highly recommend watching that. So great, so funny. Uh, the best. It's incredible. I'm taking J Roll.
Mm, mm. Very good pick. It's who I was expecting. Because this is another tough one here, Max.
Yeah.
Actually, it really isn't because I'm overthinking it as I always do. Give me Xander Bogaerts, man.
Mm,
What a stud. What a guy. Two World Series rings, 2013, 2018. Integral part in both of them. He was just a young pup in 2013. He was a solid, hardcore vet 2018. One of my favorite players to watch. Just a decent fielder, but all around his bat was always dependable, always solid. I miss having a Xander Bogarts. I wish Bogarts and Pedroia had more time together as a duo because I think that would have been that would have been so much fun to watch up the middle. Honestly, it would have. And I can't say enough about how I think Pedroia influenced Bogarts because once Pedroia started getting injured, wasn't on the field a lot. I really saw him take that role of field general very seriously. And I don't begrudge him for going to San Diego because he just got blown out of the water. I truly think he
yeah.
would have been a Red Sox for life if not for that wildly irrational AJ Preller contract. And I would have
Mhm.
loved for him to be a Red Sox for life because it would have meant two things. A, Xander Bogaerts is a Red Sox for life, and I would have probably bought his jersey. And also, we wouldn't have signed Trevor Story. So there you go.
Third base. I'm not gonna choose Placido Polanco. I love him. I'm not gonna choose Alec Bohm because I fucking hate him.
I gotta choose Placido Polanco?
No, I'm gonna choose Mike Lowell, baby.
Mike Lowell.
Mike Lowell, baby.
Mike
Yeah, oh
Lowell.
07.
Alright, fair enough.
Michael. Mike Lowell, oh 07, baby. Why not?
Hey,
I
Max.
saw that World Series.
Hey, Max. Guess what? You know something funny? You know why I didn't pick Euclid at first base? Because I'm picking him right now, baby. Third base Uke. That's what I'm saying. The Greek god of walks. I love Uke. He was one of my favorite players growing up. I remember my first game at Fenway in '07, and everybody was saying Uke when he came up to bat, and I thought they were booing him, and I was really concerned because I loved Uke, and I was like, why is everybody booing him?
Yeah.
And then of course he drew a walk. So, and you know, and honestly, his walk rate wasn't that much higher than the league average, but the thing is, he just always seemed to get on base somehow, right? And obviously, he has the iconic batting stance. He's just an awesome dude. Generally, he brews beer now in Cincinnati, and every now and then he shows up on Nesson. He's just an all around great Boston character, even though he's not from Boston. But like, I can't say enough about Euclid, and I miss him dearly. Another guy with a couple of rings as well. Technically,
Great
he has
Yankee, too.
three. Technically, he has three, because he debuted in '04.
Yeah.
Um,
He was a great
'07 he
Yankee,
was
too.
'07 he was integral, and 2013 he was. Not on the team actually. Never mind. He only has two. Um, but '07 he was great.
Yeah. You're going right or left first?
Let's go left. Yeah.
I'll take Raul Banez. Love watching Raul Banez. Not just Philly Raul Banez, but also, Mariner Raul Banez was quite nasty too, in my humble opinion. So I'm taking Raul.
I'm gonna take the greatest right-handed hitter to ever live. Then
All right.
Manny Ramirez. I don't care what anybody says about the roids. I don't care what anybody says. He's better than Alex Rodriguez, that bum. Manny Ramirez is the most intimidating hitter I've ever witnessed hold a bat. And I think there's a lot to be said about the mercurial nature of him, but he took batting seriously. And honestly, I would kill for him to be the Red Sox hitting coach right now. Because he would tell these bunch of jabronis, like, what the hell are you scared of right now? Like, just go up there and swing the bat. Have a plan in place, god damn it. Like, why are you quitting on these at bats so quickly? Manny Ramirez would be disgusted by what he sees right now from these guys.
He
So,
uh he gave ESPN so much free airtime and so much publicity.
mm,
Like he owned ESPN when he went to the Dodgers and it was Mannyland.
oh yeah. And that was one
Center
of the best
field.
half of seasons of all time, that second half of '08. Um,
Center field, I'm choosing Shane Victorino, the Flying Hawaiian. We love him up in Philly. We love him up in Boston too. We both love Shane Victorino.
yeah.
I was gonna choose a Jacoby, but I feel like if I picked him one game, he would just be on the IL 60 days. So I'm being safe. So I'm picking Shane Victorino, baby.
You
But
know
it's
what?
funny. When my dad and my uncle saw Kyle Kendrick's debut,
Mhm.
they sat right next to Shane Victorino's mom. Have I ever told you that?
I think you did tell me that one
No,
time.
this is a true story. And Shane Victorino's mom, she was, they said one of the nicest ladies they ever met. And I remember this because they told me the story in 2010 and I was just losing my mind. But Shane Victorino's mom, every time there was a pitch inside, she would just be like, oh, because she thought, Shane would almost get hit. So they were sitting in the family section, in the friends section there. They sat right next to her mom and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I love the Flying Hawaiian for my own reasons, of course, as well.
Yeah.
2013, he was integral in winning that World Series. Um, Something that people might not know about me. I'm not the biggest fan of Jacoby Ellsbury, if I'm honest. He had one very good year. I like him. The fact that he signed with the Yankees, though, basically disqualifies him from every list that I would do that could include
But
him.
it doesn't with Kevin Youkilis. He signed with the Yankees.
After he went to the White Sox, though, and only
Yeah.
because the Yankees were the only one that were willing to offer him anything, which that's
Yeah.
completely different. Um, but um, center field for me, it's going to be a new guy. It's the current center fielder for the Red Sox, Cedar Rafaela. I I've never seen a better fielder for the Red Sox, regardless of position, and that includes
Great range.
Pedroia. That includes Pedroia.
Yeah.
Rafaela just makes so many plays out in center field that should be impossible possible. And guess what, Max? He's hitting over a 780 OPS this year. If that's where he's gonna hang out, if that's where he's gonna hang out for the rest of his career, hopefully, we're talking about one of the better players in the entire league, genuinely. And I don't think people are realizing that. And if he can just keep his OPS in the 700s, we're still talking about an extremely positive, productive player for many years to come. By
Yeah.
the way, another reason that Chaim Bloom should have kept his fucking job is he signed Rafaela to that long-term contract.
Was it 8 years, 60 million?
8 years, 60 million, just dirt cheap. What do you think he'd be going for on the open market right now? Like seriously.
60
And
million over 8 years,
Breslow,
though,
on
is
the
still a
other
lot of
hand,
money.
fucking Bayo and Christian Campbell, fucking
Yeah.
nonsense. Like, anyway, I don't want to make this about Breslow, but right field, Max, who are we talking about?
Jason Worth.
Really?
Jason fucking Worth. We love Jason Worth. He's awesome. I love Jason. Not just with the Phillies, obviously, but with the Nationals too. I'm taking Jason Worth, baby.
Can you start playing the sad boy music, Max? Taking the 2018 MVP. Talking about one of my favorite players of all time, Max. Talk about Mr. Gone Too Soon but Not Forgotten, Mr. Mookie Betts. I miss you dearly. Please come home, even if it's just for a year at the end of your career. I just want to see you in a Red Sox uniform again, please, for the love of God. I miss you so much. Max, are we ever going to see a 10 WAR player for the Red Sox ever again? I mean, like, come on, that's a ridiculous fucking
Yeah.
season that he had in
I
2018.
want to, yeah, I want to bring up some honorable mentions. Bryce Harper. It's tough to pick you in the first base position. I could have picked you in right field, honestly. But honestly, you know what it is, and I'm sure people are listening to it. I just have like open eyes nostalgia. Like nostalgia is completely just taken over it. That's what it is. Honorable mention too for starting position, starting pitcher, one of my favorite pitchers of all time, Tim Wakefield. Um, but you could choose him in the closer role too, because he was nasty as a closer in '03 and '04 too,
Mm-hmm.
despite that one home run, but it wasn't his fault. It just happens. But no, we loved him Wakefield. I'm glad you didn't mention that one guy for a closer position. I'm very glad you did not do that. I thought you were going in that direction, but I'm very glad you did not, and I thank you. Uh, I do not want to ruin what was a very nice Friday. But yeah,
Well,
those
Max,
are our
that's
picks.
because he's my designated hitter. That's right, everybody. Craig Kimbrell, my designated hitter. He's played for both the Phillies and the Red Sox. Now, of course, it's the bridge man himself, right? Gotta be. Santo Domingo boy himself, you know. Big Poppy, the big cat, big cheese, the goat, greatest designated hitter in the history of the game, and quite a handsome chap himself. But of course, he'll be platooned with Craig Kimbrell. Shouldn't have even brought him up, Max, because I wasn't even thinking about him until you said his name. I'll be honest, as good as he was for us in 2018, though, I kind of forget that he was even like a member of the Red Sox. If I'm being honest, even though we traded the farm for him, thanks Dombrowski. I mean, like we didn't really trade anything of value though. So Dombrowski masterclass.
I have two things for you to do.
Mm.
I have two things. Sit down and shut the fuck up.
I like
My
that
deep
one.
is going to be Kyle from Waltham. He was much better on the Phillies than he'll ever be on the Red Sox. You could have signed him. He had the money.
Max, we could have signed a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh my God, Alec Bohm, what the fuck are you doing throwing that ball away? What the fuck was that? I'm
Oh,
sorry. I
Philly's
got
gonna
too.
lose.
I have been, folks. I'm sorry. I've been swearing way too much in this podcast. The fuck was that?
Little Philly's gonna lose.
Oh wait, that wasn't fucking. Bowling. No, I was just talking about how great you are. The fuck was that throw?
You're always so quick to be mean to Mr. Bohm. I will have none of it.
I know. You're too quick to be mean to some players who don't deserve it, but that's okay.
Like who? Like who? Who am I mean to that doesn't deserve it?
I don't think Trevor Story deserves it. The man's been through a
Max,
hell
he
of a
deserves
rope.
it.
No, he doesn't. What are you
Yeah,
talking
yes
about?
he does. He's
The
ass.
fuck are you talking about? No, he's not ass.
He's the only
He's
reason that
great.
we pay $15 for beer now.
They mentioned it's a good point. Oh,
Buddy,
hey,
buddy.
and Benintendi's up at the plate.
Shout out Andrew Benintendi. Great season 2018.
Oh, what a catch, Brandon Marsh. Just robbed an extra base hit of him. And he just threw it away again. I need a. I'm sorry. I'm gonna use my indoor voice. I'm gonna be calm.
I'm out of energy now, Max. Honestly, that
This is
rant
the
was
most
good.
wild I've been. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because my room is now 80 degrees without the AC. That could be it.
I got my window fan on right now, and I'm still boiling.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing. But anyways, I'm sorry about the swearing today on this podcast. We had fun. We have fun.
You want to do the outro
Um,
as well, Max? Because you did the intro.
Want me to do the outro?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, this is my first time doing both the intro and the outro. I hope that I passed the audition. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This has been great. I want to apologize for my naughty language throughout the podcast, but it's just
I want
passion.
to
We love to have
apologize
fun.
for insinuating that Breslow hates Hispanics.
Yeah, that's certainly a choice words. But yeah, everybody, I hope everyone has a great weekend. We will see you next week when we discuss, all around the MLB. Definitely tune in Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, I would say our podcasts are, I wouldn't say as scripted. We still have fun, but we're mostly encompassing all MLB teams, trying to encompass some players we like, some teams we like, players of the week, and just some storylines of baseball, all in general, that encompass all these teams. Of course, our Thursday or Friday podcasts are exclusively Red Sox Phillies. So if you're a Phillies fan like myself or a massive Red Sox fan like Frankie is, um, good luck. Good luck to you for being a Sox fan right now. Welcome, all my Philly people. We are so back. We have never been so back. I'm afraid to say it though, because we always choke. But in the meantime, thank you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you so much.